Hello, and welcome back. We're once again in BeamNG.Drive, and I'll say right now, apologize for my voice. I've been sick and still trying to get over it, but wanted to get this video up because we have a brand new update in BeamNG, and you know we don't get those. Well, we get them like 4 times a year, and it's pretty often for most games for fairly major updates, but never often enough because I love the content that they put in. Especially, you can see me driving around right now in the Bruckell Nine. That's right, we have a new vehicle, and it is an oldie but a goodie. This might be my favorite vehicle ever put into the game. Now, don't get me wrong, I love the off-road stuff. Going into slow motion, watching the off-road suspension is just amazing. But I am a sucker for cars. This one is nice. This is the deluxe version, but let's take a look here. So here we go, the Bruckell 9. And you can see I've already made some of my own configs, but we have a lot of configs. Everything from Overlander, little rat rod style, high speed, the lake beds, the salt flats, yeah. 1980s hot rod style, the gassers, all sorts of stuff. I mean, there's the coupe, the sedan, the truck, you name it, they gave it to us. And this is great because a vehicle that I would love to buy someday, and maybe I'll get the money at some point, is a nice 30s, 40s style truck like this in the blue. And just I would daily drive this thing. I don't need a radio. I don't need anything. Just give me this truck and I would go everywhere in it. Absolutely love it. So it is always fun to see, a vehicle that you hope to own one day and you actually get the opportunity to drive it. And hopefully I don't do that with, well, actually, I have ended up not wrecking. So I guess I hope if I ever spin out, that's how it happens. And if you glanced at my other config, this is basically a dream vehicle I know I will never own. For me, specifically, 1932 Ford Coupe. I want this thing modernized, big wheels, lowered, matte black, powerful, good brakes. I would hurt myself if I had this. I would know I will never get the money to own something like this. But once again, that's what makes BeamNG great, is I can sit here and drive a dream vehicle that I will otherwise never get to drive. Get a little bit sideways there. And man, so I know this vehicle is going to get the majority of the coverage for this, as it rightfully should. I mean, it is a great vehicle. Something I did notice that I haven't seen any other videos cover, if you want to change the paint design on this, you see vehicle config. First of all, vehicle config, it now has the new UI as default. You have to click to go back to the old UI. But if you see here, there is not a paint design listed here. You click under frame, and you can change the frame color, but still no paint design. The paint design for this vehicle is actually under the body. And if you come down, you can see paint design. And something that I thought was really neat, you can get the Fire Glow two-tone, which it looks stunning. But let's go ahead and take paint 2 and paint 3. Look at that. Look at that. How awesome is that? And of course you can change, I think with the saturation, you could change how bright that glow effect is, which is just, that's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. Now, some of the smaller things that haven't been covered, that at least that I've seen, because I know you guys have watched, the big names, Komodo, Neological, Moulier, all those guys before coming to see my video. So I'm going to cover some of the stuff that they might not have covered. And I'm jumping into the Burnside, because if you know, the Burnside is one of the vehicles that has not been updated in a long time. But we now have updated headlights. Now, I wish I had a before on this, but the old headlights did not light up the glass, did not have all of this. It basically was just a point light stuck inside of there. It looked horrible if you looked at it. This looks great. So, there's a lot of small things like that. We have the new config of the Grand Marshal. We have new world editor tools. We have the biome tool. There's all sorts of stuff that is going on behind the scenes here. Hopefully it makes map creation even easier. I'm still just dabbling in map creation myself, so I'm not going to sit there and pretend to know everything and try to explain it to you because I don't know it all myself. But hopefully it makes like people like Spieler's life a lot easier. But man, this is great. Now, I did read in the notes that over by the racetrack, there is a little... Okay, so there's gravel road there. It said somewhere there was a little gravel... Ah, there we go. Whole gravel path that goes all the way... Well, not all the way around, but goes big distance around. And here's what I was looking for. So you have... It's nice gravel road here that is a gravel track. There you go. So over by the drag strip, by the racetrack, we now have a gravel track. And you know what? Let's drop our vehicle here. Let's switch to a new vehicle. Let's go back to the Bruckell 9, and we'll go to the Overlander because we're on gravel. That makes sense to me. And we're going to give this a nice short run, but so not a massive track, but the nice bank turn, you should be able to take those with some speed. Not that this thing is made for speed. But then you can do, looks like you can do figure 8 style, or you can do different size ovals. Lots of high bank to turns. So yeah. It's not very wide, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun multiplayer because since it isn't wide, you're going to be pushing each other onto these rough edges very easily. Oh yeah, this is going to be some good times. So, gravel racing in the future, coming soon to multiplayer near you. Or single player if you just want to try to set them lap times. But yeah, doing figure 8s on that, definitely going to be fun. Now let's go to something a little bit faster and get a feel for this. You know, we're going to go with the Vivos Rally Gravel. Alright, so let's see what this is like. Woo! Those little bumps are gonna make it tough with some speed, but I think that's part of the fun of gravel. So how rough is a transition if you're going to do a figure 8? Not horrible, not horrible. So good. You can do figure 8 races here. Now the nice thing compared to the dirt tracks, a lot less dust kick-up. So, obviously, if you get into the dust, you're going to get some. But I think that should make for multiplayer to be much more tolerable on this as opposed to the dirt tracks, where if you're not in first, you can't see anything. So, definitely going to be interesting. Definitely going to be fun. Alright, so I got the new slider config of the Grand Marshal, and we are at one of the new drift areas, and there are a bunch of them, which is great. In West Coast only for now, but I imagine they will be adding them to other maps in time. And I also went into UI apps, add app, and I went to drift scores. You can also get to your current drift. And now, as you come through here, you can see that it'll actually give us scores. Now, I'm not good at this, so I get 0. Ooh. Now, this is literally my first time driving this car, so I don't expect to be good at drifting it, but alright, so there you go. So you can, in these drift zones, you can get your drift scores. Oh, and you can try to compete against each other, compete against yourself. They did update the scoring on drifting. It is now distance-based, not time-based, so it's no longer a hack to drift real slow. It's distance, so if you go fast, you actually get your points faster. So there is a reward in that regards to drifting fast. You'll get, in the same amount of time, you'll get more points if you drift the whole time going fast. Now, I'm sure you'll all be much better drifting than me. I could use a lot of practice. But that is another fun thing added to this. Alright, so I was coming in here to film my outro, and I realized why they have the paint design under body, and that's because the different body styles have different paint designs. A lot of them are the same, but for example, if we go to the extended panel band and then come back in here to our paint design, we now have a Tasty Cola. That was not an option on the pickup truck. So that's why they have it in there. At least that's why I assume they have it in there. So we can do a nice winter scene with a Tasty Cola panel van. And you know what? We will grab another one of these. And we are going to go in here, color, red. And then we are going to go into the parts. Frame, body, pickup bed. And then bed load, and we are going to toss a Christmas tree in there. Because Merry Christmas to us. BeamNG has given us an update and made this possible. I love that the lights are on the tree. So, there you go. It's not a major update in terms of a new level. We do have updates to West Coast USA. This happened to be the winter mod of West Coast USA, but I thought it was fitting with the Christmas tree and the Tasty Cola stuff. Whee! And the lack of grip. But we did get a brand new vehicle, and it might be my favorite vehicle in the game in terms of I absolutely love what this represents. It may not be the fastest. Well, it's definitely not the fastest. It's definitely not the most capable. Can't haul the most, can't do the most off-road. But man, does it have my heart. And we can put the Christmas tree in the back of the pickup bed. Drive it around in the winter, spreading holiday cheer for everyone. So, with that being said, let me know in the comments what your favorite thing is in this update. I mean, I know there's a lot of other things I didn't cover. Like I said, I assume that you watched all the big names before coming to watch mine. But if you didn't, then let me know what else you want to see. I mean, there's all sorts of stuff. The headlights are changed. There's tiny changes, a little quality of life changes, etc. But let me know what you're thinking. How should we use this new vehicle in multiplayer? Yeah, let me know that. Write it down below, and hopefully we can make that happen. Alright, so that's all I have for you guys now. I hope you enjoyed this quick review of the update 0.34. I know I'm super excited. I can't wait. And yeah, hopefully soon we'll have even more mods for this thing. Yeah, what do you want to see happen with this truck or this new car? What's it missing? Because I'm always looking for new mods that I can do that I think I have the skill to do. But maybe we can make some updates to this. We'll see. Anyway, that's all. I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And have a good one. Peace.